Last time, we talked about why SQL matters and how it helps a business grow. This time, we go hands-on with the exact commands you'll actually type to make that happen. This is part 2, SQL CRUD operations, mastering DDL and DML commands. Create, read, update, delete, the 4 moves that run every database on Earth. If you've ever wondered what's actually happening behind a dashboard, an app, or a report, it's one of these 4 operations running underneath, over and over again. Quick recap of where we're headed. Every business question we talked about last time, revenue by category, customer churn, inventory levels, gets answered using a small set of core SQL commands. Today we go hands-on with exactly what they are, how they work, and where beginners tend to trip up. By the end, you'll be able to look at almost any line of SQL and know immediately what family it belongs to, and roughly what it's about to do to your data. So what is CRUD, really? It stands for 4 operations that every piece of software touching data performs. Create means adding new data. Read means looking up existing data. Update means modifying data that's already there. And delete means removing data. Almost everything a database does, at its core, is one of these 4 things, dressed up in different business language. A sign-up is a create, a login check is a read, a profile edit is an update, and an account closure is a delete. Now, SQL splits its commands into 2 families. The first is DDL, Data Definition Language. This defines and changes the structure of your database, tables, columns, data types. Think of it as building and reshaping the shelves themselves. DDL commands include create, alter, drop, and truncate, and you run them rarely, because changes affect everyone using that table. The second family is DML, Data Manipulation Language. This works with the data itself, adding, reading, changing, and removing rows. Think of it as putting items on the shelves you've already built. DML commands include insert, select, update, and delete, and you run these constantly. This is the day-to-day work of any database. Let's start with DDL, and the first command you'll ever write, create table. This defines the shape of a table before a single row of real data ever exists. Here we're creating an orders table with an order ID as the primary key, a customer ID that can't be null, a product name, an order status that defaults to pending, an order total and a timestamp that defaults to right now, column names, data types, and constraints like primary key y and not null, all defined up front. Once a table exists, you'll eventually need to change it, and that's what alter table is for. You can add a new column, like a shipping method. You can change a column's data type, like widening order total to hold larger numbers. And you can remove a column entirely. Alter is powerful and a little dangerous. Dropping or retyping a column can affect every application currently reading from that table, so it's not something you run casually in a live system. Now, the 2 most destructive commands in all of SQL, drop and truncate. Drop table deletes the table and its entire structure, permanently, columns, constraints, indexes, everything. Truncate table empties all the rows but keeps the table structure intact. Here's the part beginners need to hear clearly. There is no undo button in production SQL. Truncate wipes every row instantly, and typically can't be rolled back the way a delete can. Both of these commands are common causes of real production incidents, so treat them with real caution. Let's move to DML, starting with insert, which is the create in CRUD. This is how you add a new row of data to a table that already exists. Here we're inserting a single new order, an order ID, customer ID, product name, and total. And you can insert multiple rows in a single statement too, which is exactly how every new order, every new sign-up, every new event gets its first row in the database. Next, select, which is the read in CRUD, and honestly, the command you'll write more than all the others combined. This query pulls the order ID, product name, and total for a specific customer, excluding cancelled orders, sorted by most recent first. Select is technically read-only. It never changes any data, it just answers questions. This is the command behind every dashboard, every report, every, quote, what does the data say, moment in a business. Now update, the U in CRUD, for changing values in rows that already exist. Here we're setting an order status to shipped, for one specific order ID. And here's the single most important habit to build early. Forget the where clause, and this updates every single row in the entire table, instantly, with no confirmation prompt asking if you're sure. And finally, delete the D in CRUD for removing rows that already exist. Here we're deleting orders that were cancelled and are older than 90 days. Same warning applies, and it's worth repeating, because it's the single most common way real production data gets accidentally wiped out. Always test your where clause as a select statement first, so you know exactly which rows are about to disappear, before you commit to deleting them. Let's put the whole map together. Create maps to insert. Read maps to select. Update maps to update. Delete maps to delete. And underneath all four sits DDL. Before you can insert, select, update, or delete a single row, something has to create the table that holds it, and alter it as requirements change over time. DDL builds the container. DML is everything that happens inside that container, every single day for the entire life of the application. Here's an illustrative look at where your time actually goes as someone working with SQL day to day. Select dominates by far the majority of everything you write. Update and insert show up regularly. Delete less often. And alter, create, and drop, the DDL commands, are rare by comparison, run occasionally as the system evolves, not constantly like the DML commands are. Let's walk through one order's entire lifecycle, start to finish, using everything we've covered. The table already exists, created once, using DDL. Step 1 in the data's actual life. A customer places a new order, that's DML, create, an insert statement adding the new row. Step 2. Support pulls up this customer's order history, that's DML, read, a select statement filtering by customer ID and ordering by most recent. Continuing the life cycle, step 3. The warehouse ships the order, that's DML, update, setting the order status to shipped for that specific order ID. And step 4, an edge case. The customer cancels before the order actually ships, that's DML, delete, removing that row, but only if its status is still pending, so we don't accidentally delete an order that's already on its way. One table, one row, every single CRUD operation, in the exact order a real order actually experiences them in a real system. Let's close with the habits that separate careful SQL from risky SQL. Always test with select first, before an update or delete. Run that same where clause as a select to see exactly which rows will be affected. Never skip the where clause. An update or delete with none touches every row in the table instantly. Back up before DDL changes, alter and drop change structure permanently, and a backup or migration script is cheap insurance against a mistake. And use transactions where you can. Wrapping changes in a transaction lets you roll back if something looks wrong before you commit to it permanently. None of these habits are complicated, they just require slowing down for 10 extra seconds before you press enter, and that 10 seconds is what separates a smooth afternoon from a very bad one. So here's the takeaway. 4 operations, 7 commands, and together they run every database, everywhere. DDL builds the structure. DML does the daily work inside it. Master create, alter, drop, insert, select, update, and delete. And you can hold a real conversation with almost any database on Earth, whether it's a tiny personal project or a system running a global company. Next up in this series, join how to connect multiple tables together, because most real business questions can't be answered from just one table alone. Thanks for watching.